I want to show you two types of embossing. First of all, one that is done within Fusion and the other one that is done by dragging something in. Okay, so let's first of all, quite simply, this is going to be an embossing. I'm going to show you it on a curved surface, but it's exactly the same on a flat surface, all right? There is no difference. So we'll put a circle in, like so. And we'll create our cylinder. And I know I could have done the create command up here for the cylinders. I'm just lazy. Right, so there's our object that we're going to emboss on. Now the first thing we'll put on there is we're going to emboss some text that's in there. Now I want text to go round it. The reason I'm showing you a circle is to show you how you can put text round a circle. So what we're going to do, the first thing we have to do, let's show our origins, we need to create a plane that's in front. We need to create a plane out here somewhere to actually write the text on. So what we're going to do again is construct, and we're going to construct a offset plane. Let's turn the bodies off, and it's this one here we want to offset, and we want to bring it out here. Doesn't matter where, in that way. Okay, and then we're going to put some text on that plane. It's the command and it's text, and you start drawing. You draw a text box which you can alter in size, and then you type that. You see sample text, and at first when I first did, I can't edit that. I want to edit it. Well, of course you edit it up here in this box. And you change the size of it on your by the minute, and you can have bold or italics. You just keep it as normal, and you can change the size. Oh, turn that off. You can have the size of it there and everything, and then you click. Now we want to make it bigger there, so there's our sample text. Now if we enlarge that. That gets rid of the overlap. We can angle it. We can do what we like with it. We'll come back to angling in a minute because and there's our sample text, okay? Now we want to get that onto the curve. Finish our sketch. Get ourselves back in some degree of order here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is emboss it on there. So it's the emboss command, which is there. You select the text, or whatever it is you want to emboss. I'll show you that in a minute. And then you select the faces, which is there. Why is it not gone on there? Hang on. There we go. My machine's a bit slow this morning. So you can set up your depth. It's just like the extrude and the, that's the extrude command, or you can actually do it the other way by embossing it. And my machine really has gone slow this morning. Okay. And you can adjust the depth of it here as well. The depth at the moment is 2 millimeters. Click on OK. Whoops, wrong one. And then you can turn that sketch off because we don't want it anymore. And there it is on there. Any questions on that?
Yes.
Go on.
I've done it's like a triangle with a flat top.
Yeah.
And I've put text on both sides, and they're not exactly the same. All right, I didn't clock the height of it. So how do I change that? I can't seem to
change the text.
Yeah, to get hold of it.
Once it's on there. Well, what you do is you come down to your timeline.
Yeah.
And you see that one there. Look, there's the text emboss.
Yeah.
And you right click on it and you say edit feature. And then you can edit the feature.
Right, because I've got it on both sides and they're different sizes on each side.
Yeah, now you can edit the feature, so we can say on here is you can edit here then what you want. Or if that's moving it, Pete.
Yeah.
For some reason I got too much open, that's the trouble. Now that's moving it. Now if I want to edit the size of the text, whoops. Let me just shut that down a minute. Now if I want to edit the size of the text, look, you come back this one and you've got this one here, which is the sketch. That's the sketch that contains, so we go and we edit the sketch. And now you can edit that now by messing about with it.
And what about centering it in the body, you know, in a flat face?
Yeah, that's done when you first create it. So
yeah, but can I alter it after I've done it?
No, not once it's altered. No.
Ah.
That's the one issue that you can't do. No.
Right, but I can move it up and down.
You can move it up and down. Yeah. Now let me just go back and show you one of the advantages of this. Let me get those out the way, and I'm going to stay on the same plane, which I think I've still got here somewhere. Construct. Where's the plane to? There it is. So what I'm going to do on the plane now, I'm going to draw a box like that. And what we'll do is we'll finish the sketch. Let's show the sketch so we can see it. And what we're going to do now is emboss again. But this time we're going to use that as a profile. We're going to use that as a face. So you can see now I've embossed that on the face. Now with a bit of luck, I did this last night, but I can't remember why I did it. You click on that. Control click, I think it was control click on that face and control click on that face. No, I can't, forget it, I can't remember what I've done. I won't confuse you. Okay, so you can put other shapes on as well. If this was long, it would wrap around further, obviously. So what I want to look at next, if you're happy with that, do I get thumbs up? Yes.
Yes. One question for embossing things.
Yeah.
Is there a way to give lines thickness? If I wanted to make like a brickwork pattern, rather than having to draw hundreds of little rectangles.
Yes, can I come back to that one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll finish this embossing. I'll bear that one in mind, Tom, and I'll come back and explain that one to you. In fact, I might explain it in the embossing bit as well to you, because there's two ways here. So what I want to do now is get shot of this rubbish. Right, so what I'm going to do now is look at importing a pattern. Now what I've done is I've drawn a gear wheel in a graphics program. A little bit easier than drawing it in Fusion, or you might have, say, as I done, I think I showed you some meetings ago with my pillar box. I wanted a crown on there. Well, drawing a crown in Fusion becomes hard work, to say the least. So what you can do is import an SVG file, and what you do with that one is you select your face, which we have done, this plane in the front that we're working on. We go to insert, and we come to insert SVG. I'm going to go from my computer, and this time I'm going to use the I'll use the wheel, the gear wheel, which is that one there. Open, and it puts it in huge, so you can resize that. To a more manageable size. Position it where you want it. Okay, and click finish. And now you can see we've got that. So now the next move is to emboss it. Onto emboss, select the wheel, select the face, select whether you want it embossing or de-embossing, and how far you want it to go, and click OK. Let's turn that sketch off a minute, and there it is. turn the origins off. And of course you can now copy that around if you want to. So if we were to go into pattern mode, and we're going to select a feature, which is that, and we're going to do a circular pattern, and we select the axis, which if you can't get at the axis, switch off the bodies, select the axis, then put the bodies back on again. And you can select how many you want round it. I'll go 4, okay. And there you've got a pattern going all round. You can do that with almost any shape. If I just go onto, I'll go onto a square one. Well, I can go onto I can stay on the round one because it doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do now is we'll finish the sketch. Let's see if I can find another one to show you, which is the one we've seen before anyway. So we're going to go onto that sketch, and we're going to insert, and we're going to go SVG. And SVG can be, you can download them off the internet. If you download, if you're doing, say, a badge or a logo, which we'll do now, let me just find it. Is that an SVG? I think it is. Yeah. So it's upside down. Okay, let's spin it round the right way. Let's position it. Okay. And then finish the sketch. Emboss. Select the badge. Select the face. Go on to go slow again. There we go. Turn off the sketches. And there's the badge on there. Now, if you've got for example, if you find a PNG file, which it won't do, but there are many online sites where you can load up a PNG file or a JPEG file and have it converted into an SVG file for you. Don't try and convert a picture into an SVG, it don't work. It has to be a line drawing. So you can see how you can start to add stuff into Fusion. And I say this works equally well on a flat plane. It will actually work on a corrugated plane as well. The technique is exactly the same. If this was a piece of corrugation, it would work the same way, and the badge would take the shape of the contours.